Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Daniel with Plumpy Thimble. This is just a short video to sort of explain why there hasn't been any new content recently. We just moved across town and have a new house that we're setting up. The good news is I was able to get one of those IKEA Calyx gaming shelves, so that's pretty sweet. The bad news is it's there and it's kind of been there for a bit. The reason you're not seeing the normal starting animation is because I haven't set up my computer either. Because this is the room where it's going to go, and as you can see, I'm thinking the shelves will go nicely right here. On top of all that, we're in the process of fixing up our other place so that we can get it sold, getting settled in here. So that's unfortunately why there hasn't been any new content. I've been posting old audio sessions from an RPG we ran a while back. That we're actually still in the process of running. Call of Cthulhu, The Masks of Nyarlathotep. So feel free to go ahead and watch those if that's something you're into. In the meantime, Gencon just happened. I was not able to go. I've never been to Gencon. But there was a lot of news there that was pretty cool. So I'm going to give you my top 5 things that I took away from Gen Con that I'm looking forward to. Number 1 was Dead of Winter, Warring Colonies. The Longest Night expansion is something I've kind of been on the fence about. I think I'm probably going to end up getting it because it sounds really cool. It completely tipped me over the fence in terms of getting it when I heard about this other mini expansion coming out, Dead of Winter, Warring Colonies, where you can pit 2 games against each other. So there's 2 separate colonies that are competing. This makes so if you have 2 copies of Dead of Winter or Dead of Winter and The Long Night, you can combine the 2 expansions and have each colony fight each other, which I think is super cool. Looking forward to that. Obviously, the big one at Gen Con, one of the big ones was Seafall, the legacy game where players take control of, I'm not even 100% sure at this point, a series of ships or a small colony, and you're expanding. There's going to be combat and exploration, all in a legacy type game where you can play through it once and that's it, but the game constantly expands. Super cool idea. Looking forward to it. We actually just started playing Pandemic Legacy. It's the first legacy game that I played. Loving that right now too. Number 3 is Cash and Guns Team Spirit. This is another expansion for Cash and Guns, which is one that I really enjoy. This adds a few more guns, more superpowers, and some mercenaries. If you haven't played Cash and Guns, or you haven't seen a review on it, or know what it's all about, check it out. The more content that you get in this game, the better. It's a fairly simple game, so it's one that I'm really looking forward to and most likely going to get. Number 4, Eric Lang is coming out with Rising Sun, which is what he said was the spiritual successor to Bloodborne, which is a very popular game that I haven't had the chance to play. It's a Viking-themed combat game, area control. Rising Sun looks like it's sort of similar. It's going to have really cool minis and just a whole ton of stuff, but instead of it being just a duke-it-out combat type thing, it's going to be more diplomatic-based, which is super cool with a feudal Japan theme. And number 5 on the list was one that I had no idea was even in the works, but Sola Fide, the Reformation coming from Stronghold Games, was announced at the Dice Tower Live show. And as a Christian, there's not many board games that cater to church history and are good. The 2 that I can think of are Bibleopoly and the Magic the Gathering knockoff Redemption, which I was also not allowed to play growing up. So this is coming from a designer that worked on I can't remember. This is coming from a really strong team, including someone that worked on Twilight Struggle, which is another one that I haven't played but have heard fantastic things about. I think it's really cool to get a historical theme, especially one that's so interesting to me. So I'm excited to see how that works out. It's a two-player game, plays in about 45 minutes, and it's coming out in November, so I'm excited to hear about that. Also in the works, I'm participating in the Reddit board game Secret Santa, so I'm going to be getting a game here probably in a couple weeks that I have no idea what it's going to be. I have to send out one, and so I'll check in with you guys when that happens. Sorry about the lack of content. Once we get up and running here, we'll have more. And in the meantime, check out my other videos, and I'll try to keep this interesting for you. Thanks!